Muy bien, pues si quiere que hablemos, hablemos.
Ansiaba verla.
El sentimiento es mutuo. Iré a visitar.
Estoy segura que pronto encontrará una persona de quien enamorarse.
¿Y si ya la ha encontrado?
Y el apellido Zapico.
So yes,
Pero bueno.
here we go. The plot is called and the title is The Lady's Companion Manual para Señoritas. That is the original name. It is a Netflix period drama set in the late 80s Madrid, centered on Elena Vianda, a shriek and sought after lady's companion who changes her focus when caring for Mencia sisters. So this is the whole plot of the series. So she's like the main character, and then obviously, the Mencia sisters also play a mega role in it. But before we get into further details and discuss everything, please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and let's go. Oh, Josefina is a high society young woman feeling trapped by her expected social role with Esther is the woman companion of a housekeeper with Mencia household. Moral of the story, Esther, she is the younger daughter of a wealthy family and her mother is determined to find her a husband, and Josefina is in charge on helping her mother with this assignment, as in this case, Esther, she's actually, looking for somebody and looking for love. On the other hand, Josefina kind of make it very difficult for her to find somebody, and obviously question starts to arise. Why are you making things so complicated for her to find somebody? It's because Josefina doesn't want to see her with nobody because she has feelings for her, but she knows it will be very complicated because in this case, Josefina does work for the family, and Esther, she's like, come from a wealthy family, so, she is, in this case seeking for a husband, but she also doesn't realize that Loki, she also has feelings for Josefina. And at the beginning you can see that Josefina, she definitely does play it very cool. She doesn't force anything, she cannot just let things happen naturally. She always giving that look towards Esther, but Esther always she's like, she's not noticing it, but eventually she basically just told Josefina in one episode like, hey, I'm not dumb, I can see how you look at me, how you stare at me, and I know there is something, and I know that you want this too. Obviously, Josefina, she didn't want to, how can I say, she didn't want to put herself in that position because it would be a very complicated relationship, but she couldn't also resist Esther. So the two actually end up sharing a kiss, and after that kiss, there's where everything basically changed for the couple, and there is where things got a little bit but a lot more serious between them. So now after the kiss, they just started to hook up more, and they have decided to be together and basically keep their relationship a secret because they didn't have no other choice because of the circumstances and the conditions that they were in. So at this point, you can clearly see that Esther's mother is, pushing a little bit more for her to get married and for her to find somebody. So here comes in the picture this young guy that's very interested in Esther, and obviously you can see that at the beginning, before we get into that part, I want to say that at the beginning, after they shared a moment, you can basically see that in this case, Esther was trying to make Josefina jealous with this specific guy because Josefina, she didn't want to admit her feelings towards Esther. So Esther was like, hey, if you're not going to admit your feelings towards me, if you're not going to show that you like me or you want to be with me, then I'd rather just, go out with this guy and give him a genuine chance. Maybe, me and him could fall in love. Obviously, she only did that intentionally to make, in this case, Josefina jealous. At the beginning, you can see that Josefina, she basically kept her composure. She didn't break. She was like, okay, I don't care, I don't care, I don't care. But later on, she realized that she cannot resist Esther, and obviously that also leads to a moment of them as well. So after that moment, they just knew that, yeah, they are locked in. They want to be together, but they also don't want nobody to come in the middle of them and, break this beautiful situation that they have going on. So, Esther, she was trying to push this guy away that's interested in her. She tried, Josefina also played her role. But you can see that Esther's mother is very determined in order to get her to get married, to this specific person, even leading, to him asking, in this case, Esther hand in marriage. But obviously, Esther, she was trying to implement her own rules, but things didn't go as planned, as her mother was being very more persistent in order for her to get married to this specific man. Later on, you can clearly see that the guy started to realize that there is something between Josefina and Esther. He actually ends up approaching, in this case, Josefina, and asking her like, hey, I saw you guys, at the picnic holding hands. I know there's something Josefina played it off, said, no, it's nothing, and you better not tell this to nobody. You are not this person who you think you are, who I am, and so on and so on. So the guy, he's not a bad guy. You can actually say that he genuinely, does care for Esther, and he also is like this caring towards, Josefina as well. So he came up with this brilliant, brilliant idea. So the idea is basically for him and Esther to get married, but when they get married, or if they decide to get married, then in this case, Josefina would join Esther as well, and they would live together, all three of them, because he feels like he doesn't want to separate this beautiful bond and relationship that the two have built, and he doesn't want to feel like he's coming in the middle of breaking a possible beautiful relationship that the two have built over the years. So there's also a very interesting, plot. That's why I say like the guy is not a bad guy. He genuinely cares for Esther. He genuinely wants to be with Esther, but he also understands that Esther's heart is somewhere else, even though they are keeping it a secret. So it kind of left off there when it came to their relationship. We don't know if she actually ended up accepting the proposal, because of the last episode where I saw them together was with the guy, and they were basically considering the guy's proposal, because there was also a way that they realized that they will have a little bit more freedom and possibly telling him the truth in the future. So I feel like he already knows, but he just wants them to come clean. So yes, I definitely thought that we would get a part two of this to see just how things went from that moment to the next and what would be next in their lives. But unfortunately, that's what I have read online. The series got canceled, so we will unfortunately not get a season two, but the season one is definitely worth the watch. I feel like the connection between the two is very beautiful. You can genuinely see that they just wanted to be together. Esther even came out to one of her closest friends and tell her like, this is the person I love. Our friend wasn't not judgmental towards that at all. She actually accepted it with open arms, because our friend also has her own situations going on. So there was also something very, very beautiful to see. Yes, you can, the connection between the two, I will definitely rate it a strong 9 out of a 10. Like the connection is very, very good. Obviously, they had this tension between them, the way they look at each other, the way Esther is way more open than Josefina. Josefina is more serious, and Esther is more like, hey, I want you, I want you, I want you, I want you, and I'm gonna make sure that I give you, you know, that signs, and I show you that I want you. And Josefina is more like protective. She's more like, okay, I'm not gonna let nobody get close to you type of vibe. So they are very different, but they complement each other so well. And that is one of the reasons why I definitely did enjoy watching them. This one was also actually on my watch list for a while. I didn't get the opportunity to watch it, but recently, it crossed my mind, and I was like, hey, let me go watch it and see what it has to offer. And to be honest, it definitely didn't disappoint. So if you guys would like to see more and get your own opinion regarding it, I would definitely recommend you also go to Netflix. It has one season available. Season two will not be coming back. Unfortunately, it's a big disappointment for me, but hopefully in the future we will get. Yes, that's basically it. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments, and go ahead and go watch. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and thank you once again so much for the love and on all the support. It definitely 100 trillion% doesn't go unnoticed. I hope you all have enjoyed this quick review. Until the next one, and goodbye, and leave a comment down below.